Good evening. I'd like to call to order the reorganizational meeting of the Board of Education. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag
Flag,
of the
United States of America,
and to the republic for which it stands, one
one
nation,
nation, under God,
indivisible, with
liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. There are no fire exits to review. So we will move on to the oaths of office for our newly elected or new board members. I will start with Ms. Hewer. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do hereby solemnly swear or affirm
I do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
of the State of New York
of the State of New York
as board member
as board member
of the Board of Education,
of the Board of Education
the City School District,
of the City School District
City of Beacon,
of the City of Beacon,
County of Dutchess,
County of Dutchess,
State of New York.
and State of New York.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And when we're back in person, I will have the oaths for each of you to sign. And next up, Mr. Singh. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do hereby solemnly swear or affirm
I do hereby solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States,
of the State of New York
the State of New York,
as board member
as a board member,
of the Board of Education,
the Board of Education,
the City School District,
City School District,
the City of Beacon,
City of Beacon,
County of Dutchess,
County of Dutchess,
and State of New York.
State of New York.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And now for Ms. Cush. Thank you. I do hereby solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States of the State of New York as board member of the Board of Education of the City School District of the City of Beacon, County of Dutchess, and State of New York. Congratulations. May I have a motion to appoint the clerk of the board?
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I didn't get the number.
I think are we 8 now? Should be 8.
8. Okay.
Probably.
May I have nominations for the president of the Board of Education?
I nominate Meredith Ure.
Second,
Are there any other nominations? Hearing none. May I have a vote on the election of the president of the Board of Education, Meredith Hewer? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4,
I think it's 9.
6, 7, 9.
8.
8.
What Flora popped up? Wait.
Craig's not here.
Oh, that's right.
We're just gonna be 8 tonight.
I'm going to mute myself.
So with a vote of 8-0, Ms. Hewer is now declared as president of the Board of Education for the 2022-2023 school year. Congratulations.
You.
And now we will do the oath of office for the president. So please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do hereby solemnly swear or affirm
I do hereby solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the state of New York,
of the state of New York,
as president
as president
of the Board of Education
of the Board of Education
of the City School District,
of the City School District,
City of Beacon,
City of Beacon,
County of Dutchess,
County of Dutchess,
State of New York.
and State of New York.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. So can I have nominations for the office of Vice President, please?
Nominate Flora.
Second,
Are there any other nominations? Seeing none, can I have a call for, or a vote for Vice President, for Flora Stadler for Vice President? Sorry. Um, 8-0. Congratulations, Flora. I declare you Vice President of the Board of Education for the 2022-23 school year.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it.
Ms. Stadler, we will do the oath of office for the vice president. So please raise your right hand. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm pushing a chair out of my way. Sorry.
I do hereby solemnly swear or affirm
I do hereby solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
of the state of New York,
of the state of New York,
as vice president
for Vice President
of the Board of Education,
of the Board of Education
City School District,
of Beacon City School District,
City of Beacon,
the City of Beacon,
County of Dutchess,
County of Dutchess,
and State of New York.
State of New York.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Now I'm going to push this chair the rest of the way.
Okay, and now Kelly, I will administer your oath of office as district clerk. Where is it? Please raise your right hand. Oh, you already are. I do hereby solemnly swear or affirm
I do hereby solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
of the state of New York,
State of New York,
as clerk of the board
as clerk of the Board
of Education
of the Board of Education,
of the City School District
the City School District
of the City of Beacon,
of the City of Beacon,
County of Dutchess,
County of Dutchess,
and State of New York.
and State of New York.
Thank you.
Yay.
for new board members, this is all we do. Every meeting, we just make
Clap
pledges
for each
and
other.
clap for each other. That's it.
I'm going to administer the oath of office to our superintendent, Dr. Landau. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do hereby solemnly swear or affirm
Sorry, say that again.
I do hereby
I
solemnly
do
swear
hereby solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the State of New York,
the state of New York,
the superintendent of schools,
the superintendent of schools,
of the city school district,
the Beacon City School District
of the city of Beacon,
in the city of Beacon,
county of Dutchess,
county of Dutchess,
state of New York.
state of New York.
Congratulations and thank you.
Thanks for breaking that down into small chunks.
And Kelly, do you mind doing roll call, please?
Ms. Flynn,
Here,
Mr. Galloway. Here. Ms. Heath,
Here.
Ms. Cush, Mr. Singh,
Here.
Mr. White,
Here.
Mr. Wolf.
Sorry, who's excused?
Stadler
Here.
and Ms. Ure.
Here. Here, thank you. We have a couple of changes to the agenda tonight. 9.03 instructional personnel list, B1 added, I1 corrected language, I2 additional appointment. And there is executive content added, so please take note of that, board members. Can I have a motion to waive agenda items 5.02 through 5.08?
So moved.
second,
Second by Kristen. Comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I'm in favor, passes 8-0. The next item on the agenda is to appoint our committee members. So I'm just going to go through the committees, and if we if we don't come to a final membership tonight, that's okay. We can work out the rest by email, but hopefully it'll be pretty straightforward. The first actually listed here is student advisors to the board. So Matt, I'm sure you're on top of that with Corey. That would be really exciting to have student advisors back. That's really a great addition to the board. After that, audit and finance committee.
are we asking who wants to be on it?
Yeah,
Okay, I would like to do that.
Kristen. Anthony, are you not raising your hand?
If no one else wants it, I'll do it.
Does anyone else want it?
It's exciting, guys. Magic happens.
Okay, Anthony, you're back in. Good to have you. And I think Craig is still interested. Facilities. I know that Craig was still interested in being on that.
I mean, is there anybody else who wants to be on? Well, I'll stick with it if.
I do.
Okay. That was just Anthony and Kristen. Did anyone else express interest? Policy.
I'll stay on.
Anthony, Eunice. Okay, great. John, are you interested in continuing on policy? That's pass. Is there anyone else?
Yes, that's a pass. I thought my mic was on. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Is there anyone else interested in policy? We do need 3 members.
Oh, if you need another member, I'll take it.
Okay. Okay, and then PRAL, our public relations and advocacy. Flora, I'm hoping you're still great.
Yeah.
Flora, Craig is no longer. Eunice, you're raising your hand. Great.
And Elena,
Then Elena, great. Okay, super. Did I miss anybody? Okay. And then Dutchess County School Boards Association Executive Committee.
I would love to.
Wait.
I mean, I do think a good experience.
You're breaking up a bit.
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
Oh
Say
boy, the Wi-Fi here is terrible. I would love to do it if nobody else wants to do it, but I'll gladly give it to somebody who wants to have the experience as well.
For new board members, just so you know, it's a group that it's one member from every school board in Dutchess County that meets monthly on Thursday evenings. And they share what's going on. Well, Flora, do you want to talk about it? Because you've done it more recently than I have.
Sure. So it's basically, board representatives from different boards around the county, like Meredith said. And we talk about our different experiences as boards, but then there are also sort of info sessions where we'll bring people in to explain certain ideas or things that are going on or things that other districts have done well, to sort of learn from what's happening. And it can range from everything to, school health initiatives to policy and advocacy. So it's pretty broad. It's a really good way to find out what's happening in the county in terms of what other districts are doing.
It's like the first Thursday of the month, right? That's my comment.
Yes.
It's the
Yes.
first-
And they used to meet in person, I think, but since I've been doing it, it's all been online, which is much more manageable.
It's huge because, yeah, it's a 40-minute drive.
Yeah, it was at Salt Point, right?
Yeah. So now at least there's not the commute.
They're not
Yeah.
subject to open meetings then, right? They can just keep doing it on Zoom.
There's been some talk. I don't know. I don't really know legally what their obligations are, but there hasn't been any real inclination to go back in person regularly. Yeah.
It's a perfect meeting for Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not seeing anybody else? Okay, Laura, I'm gonna keep it to you. You will. You totally win that one.
It's fun.
Curriculum committee. Anthony, is that no longer convenient for you?
Time doesn't work for me. I know John expressed interest in it before, but I'm not sure if he still is.
It is a tough time for people that have a rigid working schedule. It's during the day. It's usually like, 3:30 in the afternoon, right after school ends. Is it on Wednesdays, Saggy, or once a month?
It's once
I
a
don't know.
month, usually
Yeah.
3:30, but just it's such a large committee, it's hard to make it a little later because of the teachers.
Absolutely. No, that makes sense. I mean, and it's a board member representing the board. It's not a board committee necessarily. So, but it is great to have a board member there. Are there any board members that are interested and can make it? I actually can often make it if not, so I could do it if nobody else can. Okay, I'm gonna put myself there then. If
I
Craig.
mean, if we ever wanted to do, I don't know if it makes it for continuity, if it makes sense to always have the same people, but if we ever wanted to do a rotation for that, I don't know if it makes sense.
It's just
Yeah.
because it's progressive with the topics that they talk about and it's built
Right.
on each meeting. So it would be tough for someone to come in, then the committee would have to rehash what
Right.
they passed and stuff. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't make many meetings this year just because of my work schedule, but I was in contact with Saggy and she would fill me in and stuff and I would ask questions and she would respond back. So if no one wanted to do it, I feel comfortable getting caught up with her and reporting out. If someone can make it and they are interested, I'm fine with giving it up.
Why don't my schedule is, weird, not regular anyway. So I'm happy to try to make it. And if it's not working out, then maybe we'll revisit it.
Yeah, none of anything during the day is not going to work for me.
Okay. Yeah, I know it's understandable. Okay. And then the Health and Wellness Committee.
That's a good one. If you're new and you're wondering which Flora, I was on it before Flora and Flora was on it. It's a good way to learn about a lot of things that are, it's much more operational and interesting for things going on, touches on a lot of things. From food security to mental health to, I don't know, Flora, you could probably explain it better because you're more.
No, that's a really good way of putting it. It's also a good way of finding out what's happening in every building
Yeah.
in terms of wellness, which is super helpful.
Can I just ask when that meets?
That again is an afternoon meeting. It's usually, it's like 3:30 or 4 on, and I think it was Wednesdays.
Oh,
I think, was it Wednesdays or, when I did it was Thursdays, but it
Okay.
probably moved to Wednesdays. I don't know what it's, who calls that meeting? Is it Karen?
No, it's gonna be Heather.
Oh,
Oh, great. Okay.
I would have stayed on wellness forever if I didn't have to work during the day. I love that committee. So
We took a little hiatus last year, but it will be back this year.
Is that-
So it
Yeah.
will be on a Wednesday? Do we know for sure if it's a Wednesday?
We don't know. We
Okay, we
haven't.
don't know.
I mean, if you have a day that's better, or the board member who's on it, we can
Yeah.
work around that. It is involved a lot of staff, and so it is good to have it close to after school. This
Yeah,
one.
yeah, no, I understand that. I just don't know if I can always make it at 3:30. That's my thing.
That's okay. And what we've
Because
done
I work till
also-
about 3:30.
right.
So
Well, do you want to try it, Eunice? And then,
I would, I'm interested in it, yeah.
so I'm going to put you down, and if
Okay.
you,
I
if
thought it
there's
was
a,
at 4 when I did it, but that could be wrong.
I think that's right. That's what I remember as well. And I mean,
No, it is at 4, yeah, or it was at 4.
Oh,
I think,
If it's
right?
at 4, that gives me a little bit of cushion and I can work comfortable.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to walk into a meeting late all the time.
yeah.
I'm already
Well,
bad about that.
Heather may have her own, since she's taking it over, she may have her own ideas about it, but I'm going to put you down, and if you
Okay.
want to let Heather know if there's like a day that's absolutely doesn't work for you.
Wednesday works better. Thursdays I work a full day. So Wednesday's definitely better. It was just, again, I don't want to walk in like at 4 o'clock almost every time at this meeting. That's all.
Wednesday's fine, if that works, and 4 works.
Okay, thank you.
Super. And then the last committee is the Diversity and Equity Committee.
We're gonna try to do the working group model again this year. So and we need a little time to kind of organize that. So if the board would prefer to know a little bit more about how it's going to look before you nominate somebody, that's fine with
Sure.
us. But we will try to do probably a couple working groups that we try to have a somewhat consistent membership on. And we just haven't had a chance to organize our thinking about it.
So let's regroup on that, because maybe there's more than one board member that wants to participate if there's more than one working group. or
Yeah,
something.
that's what I was kind of thinking that might be, because we kind of had the curriculum focused one and then the inclusion focused one, and Saggy and Heather and I just haven't had a chance to talk about all of that yet. So
Okay, that sounds good. Great, thanks. Okay, so moving on to the organizational agenda, I'm going to read the consent agenda language because it applies to the organizational agenda as well. The use of the consent and organizational agenda permits the Board of Education to make more effective use of its time by adopting a single motion to cover those relatively routine matters which are included. Any member of the board who wishes to discuss individually a particular piece of business on the consent agenda may so indicate, and that item will be considered and voted on separately, thus preserving the right of all board members to be heard on any issue. Are there any items that any board members would like to have removed from the organizational agenda? Okay, seeing none, can I have a motion to approve items 7.01 through 7.16?
So moved.
Second,
Kristen, second by Flora. Comments or questions? All in favor? Opposed? I'm also in favor, so passes 8-0. And I don't think we have any need for an executive session tonight. So moving on to the consent agenda. Are there any items that any board members would like to have removed from the consent agenda? Seeing none, can I have a motion to approve set 9.01 through 9.10?
I moved.
So moved.
Second.
First by Flora, second by Kristen. Comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I'm also in favor, passes 8-0. Can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Anthony, second by Anthony. All in favor? Opposed? I'm also in favor, passes 8-0. Thanks very much. Have a great night, everyone.
All right. Thank you, you too.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
All right.